Oh, hey.
Good morning. Oh, gotta say hi to Layla too. Anytime I sit down, she's gotta come and, make sure she has plenty of attention. But can you go lay down, babe? Can you go lay down? Please go lay down. Thank you. So, please go lay down. God, she's always gotta be in the center of everything. So, welcome back. We talked about we're going to do some vlogging, we're going to do some traveling, we're going to do some camping, we're going to do some gaming. And one of the first things we should jump into is let's jump into some vlogging. And I think one thing that a lot of people would be really interested in is let's talk about the reality behind reality television. A little bit of, what the process is like in order to get on, a reality show, the lead up, what happens when you first get there, what it's actually like. And I think there's a big misconception of the grandiose that goes into being in a show like that or being in reality TV and just in general. One of the first things that happens is you get reached out to by a casting director, and for me, it was over Instagram. They put you into a pool, and I think in Charlotte there was like 10,000 people. It was a lot of people who applied for it, were reached out to, and you kind of don't hear anything for quite some time. It's radio silence, and then around February, for me, you start getting like, hey, you've moved on, things are starting to maybe progress, maybe keep your ear out for, being able to move forward. You kind of go back to your normal day to day. You try not to think too much of it because, one, you're excited because, hey, this might be a cool opportunity, but you also don't want to get your hopes up too much. We get to March of 2022, 2023? March of 23, yeah, because the show came out this year. So March of 23. And like a week or two before filming starts, they're like, hey, you're coming to LA, you're going to be here for 2 weeks, potentially 3 weeks if everything goes well, and then you'll go back to Charlotte and you'll film from there. So cool, okay, that's a whirlwind, but hey, we're going. You fly out to LA, and as soon as you get there, phones taken away, laptops taken away, any communication with the outside world is taken away. It's so you can't like look up other people. You're going to be talking to people as you're dating. You don't want to look them up. Obviously, the whole premise behind the show is, love is blind. So you go in for your first day, you go in for meetings, you go in for press shoots. You got to do, where they do like the boards that you first see for the pre-release pictures and videos and things like that. So you got to go and do all that. There's certain things they got to train you on and what you can and can't do. So we go through all that. And then day two comes around and you immediately jump into dating. You have 15 men, 15 women on either side. And on the very first day, you have like, I think it was 15-minute dates. And then at the end of the day, you get to rank how you feel about each person, and then you go to the next day, and I believe it drops down to 8. After each day, you're given a sheet and like, hey, what's your ranking of each person? What do you think of each person? Who do you think you're most compatible with? And then from what we're told is there's like some database, and who I don't know a whole lot of information about this, but there's a database that they put all the information into, and then it spits out what potential matches you might have for the next day. Day two, you have potentially up to 8. Day three, you potentially have up to 7 because every day you lose a match. And then as you kind of whittle things down and the days progress, not only do your dates go down, but your days get longer. Day 7 or 8, for me, I was down to 3 people that I was dating pretty consistently. Every day was full, but there was 3 people that I was really just meshing with. Some of those dates go to like 5 to 6 hours a piece, 8 hours a piece. So it's a lot. You spend a lot of time doing that. So that's kind of like the quick rundown of what you do. But a lot of people think that you stay, in the lounges there. No, the lounges are for filming. It's fully functional. You've got a refrigerator, you've got water, you've got food that's brought in. And let's just talk about the food real quick. There was no issues with food. Literally, whatever we wanted, we had stretching. I don't know what previous seasons were like. Our season was totally fine. So thank you, Netflix and Kinetic, for feeding us the way you did. I had lots of steak and lots of chicken and things like that. So I appreciate that. You don't stay in the lounges. You actually go back to a hotel. And for the guys, we would typically get up around 6 or 7, maybe go get a workout in at the hotel, and then you would go to filming at a location about 15 minutes away in a big studio. You'd probably get there about 8 o'clock and then start filming at 9. For the women, I think it was a little bit I think they got up a little bit earlier because, they had to do hair, makeup, things like that. The benefit of being a guy is you get up, brush your teeth, brush your hair, put on a set of clothes, and you're just out the door. We don't have to do all that extra stuff, so that's kind of nice. But you get there, and you don't really have to do a whole lot. You're either you're dating or you're in the lounge. And if you're in the lounge, there's still cameras and stuff in there that are filming you and catching up with things. But another cool thing about the dating piece is while you're dating, you're not really told what to say. They do give you prompts. Like you have a book that has like prompts of like, hey, if you're having a hard time having a discussion or having topics to talk about, here's some things you might talk about. It could be family, it could be religion, it could be what your housing would look like when you move. There's all types of in-depth things that you can talk about. But yeah, the reality of reality television is there's small realities to it, and there's a lot of editing that goes to it. But let's be real, you have to edit a lot of this stuff in order to make it interesting and engaging. So another interesting thing that I kind of wanted to talk about with this vlog is people have this grandiose idea of like what it's like to be in reality television and like what life is like after that. And some of it's cool. You do get to go to events. You do get to, obviously your social media and things like that get really active, which is pretty cool. But at the end of the day, we're still all just normal people hanging out with friends, hanging out with family. Most of us all still have our normal, 9 to 5s that we go to, and you do different events on the weekend or different filmings, whenever those, things get brought to you. All these things that you see on Instagram, social media, TikTok, even YouTube at this point, it's always showing this, this grandiose, lavish lifestyle. Can it be like that sometimes? Yeah, sure. But 99% of the time, it's just normal day-to-day stuff bouncing around Charlotte. For me, I've got my computer in front of me to kind of just talk about like what a normal scheduled day looks like. So a normal day-to-day for me would be, I'm usually up 5, 6 o'clock. Obviously, got to get some breakfast, get some water in me. Always got to have some coffee. So that's the liquid gold right there. But get some coffee in you, and then planning what the day looks like. So for today, what I'm going to be doing is going to sit down. We're going to do some video editing for some of these YouTube videos that we're filming here. But then also obviously got to work. But then I'm going to get a workout in today. I've also got some jet ski rentals that I've got to take down to the lake. I do kind of have like a little bit of a side hustle to where I do, my jet ski business on the side, which is pretty cool. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But overall, we'll just run through a normal day to day. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an insight as to what, the reality of reality TV is and what that really looks like behind the scenes. And it's cool, but it's also just a normal lifestyle. So I hope you find this a little bit informative, and we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Really got to fix that door. I'm fortunate where I'm able to work out at the house. It's kind of nice just being able to jump out here, be able to get a workout in, and then kind of be able to go and do whatever I need to do the remainder of the day from there. But we'll warm up on the bike today. From there, we're going to jump into, again, probably do some standing military presses, close grip presses. And then once we're done with this, we'll go ahead and get cleaned up, go out and take the rental out, and we'll get a little bit of that content as well. We'll knock out a quick set on these real quick, and then we'll jump into some standing military presses. Go to close grip rack presses, and then we'll move to some auxiliaries from there. Oh, it's sore. Gonna move over to the standing military presses now. Don't really want to jerk this around too much. You want to kind of keep it under control. Time for some close grip bench. This will probably be the last thing that we record as far as the workout goes, because this video is already getting long enough as it is. We'll do that for Probably 4 more sets of 10, 10 to 15, something like that. After this, cut it off, go make some food, clean up, and then we'll jump onto the jet ski piece. How's it going? We're gonna take the ski down to the ramp. Cool thing with doing this stuff is I've got a 1 to 8 o'clock rental. So all I have to do is spend about 15 minutes actually going to head down to the ramp, 5 minutes to offload it, get it loaded or get it into the water. And then, you know, from 1 to 8 o'clock, I'm back to doing what I need to do on a normal day-to-day basis. I'd mixed really good money, which is nice. Anytime you're messing around with like a luxury item, like let's say you have like an RV or a camper that you want to rent out, it's a luxury item. You're gonna pay a little bit more to use something like that. And the skis are always fun. You know, during the late spring, summertime, it's beautiful outside. It's probably like, what's it say? It says it's 96. I think the car is just really hot right now. But yeah, we'll take a look at the lake when we get down there. We'll see what it looks like. And yeah, we'll check in here shortly. So we have to film this little outro style type of video because I realized as I was editing all of this that I did not get any footage of the jet ski or being on it or really anything I should have captured while I was out there. So I hope you find this video a little bit informative. Kind of gives you a little bit of a background as to, hey, how do you get into a show like that? How quick everything progresses and a little bit more detail behind it. Obviously, we can't talk about everything just because it would take so long. But if y'all want to, we can make longer format videos kind of getting into more of that stuff as well. But until then, have a great day and thanks.